Okay, hello. So, I mean, quick look at what I talked about a while back. Gold still skew bullish on gold because, of course, I do. I mean, I could be bearish, but whatever. I'm not going to trade gold at all. Don't follow any of this as any of this video as advice because I have no idea what I'm talking about, most likely. Bitcoin, get below this trend line. We have nice targets to the downside, and we could see more downside. But I mean, if we can hold above this breakout level, then I mean, we could just get some upsides. So I'm not going to trade Bitcoin. Of course, if Trump wins, then Bitcoin's going to go up. So I don't feel comfortable taking any trades until the election. Sorry, I don't feel comfortable giving any direction before the election. But of course, I will be taking trades because I'm on a paper account, so you can't tell me what to do. But anyways, on to trade idea. Actually, well, like we're seeing a gap up on the US 500. That's all I'm gonna say. And the DAX is bouncing off the 50, so that bodes well for the market. But of course, election could change literally everything. Anyways, I have a cool little trade idea that you really shouldn't follow, but pen right here, we have target to the 260, which I completely agree with. If we jump over here, we have nice financials. I mean, I don't know. I did a little bit of fundamental analysis, and I'm just thinking that it should be at 260, but who knows? After all, I'm just doing this for my own sake to know if I'm any good at this, like trading thing. But BPC is also interesting. Looks like we do have an upside target to 55. You can see it right here. There's a lot of out the money call delta on 55, which I'm looking out for. I'm not taking this trade personally because I don't know. I just don't like PPC, I guess. But or I might take this trade. I don't know. Whatever. It's could happen. It might not happen. Remember that I do take a ton of trades, so I definitely need to make my position sizes smaller because right now it's a $4,000 account with 11 positions of average size of like 600. So, I mean, yeah, of course when I move to a real account, it's gonna be smaller position sizes, and I'm definitely gonna cut my trades quicker. Like, oh yeah, VKTX reported like, but whatever they did very well today, and I mean, we can see a lot of upside on this. If this was real money, I would have cut this trade because I don't want that exposure, or reduced to, or sized for zero, whatever. Anyways, another little trade idea is PCTY. Whoa, did I talk? No. Okay, PCTY. You can see right here, there's just insane call delta built on the 200 level. This is a trade that I probably will take. I do like how it stands financially, a bit at least. I kind of like how it stands financially. We are breaking out nicely. It's a good relative strength yesterday. Well, I mean, it's weird. We do like we're volatile yesterday, but of course we are relative strength today, which is nice. TWLO, not a trade I'm gonna take. This is just based on the positioning charts. We've got a few little out the money calls. The main thing that pushes me to this trade is just how it positions longer term because we are breaking out of key levels, and I mean we've all of this down to retrace, which is fun. But I mean CV Sivna, CVNA, whatever. You can see I've been looking to buy the dip on this one because I did get stopped out here for a loss. But oh my. But you can see there's lots of calls on 230. I might be looking to buy right at 230. Or, I mean, I want to see confirmation, of course, but I'm ready to buy the dip on CVNA for a little bit more upside. I do like how it positions. We are breaking out nicely, like even. Even if you got this late little breakout that you would have to cut before earnings, like 197 to 207 is very nice. I just like how Sivna plays long term. It's been running up this entire year, but I do want to see a bit of a pullback, maybe even a bit further, and we have a lot of upside potential, I'd say. Here's like a counter trend trade, which you should definitely not follow because this is very counter trend, but it's KO. You can see puts fall off right below CZ5 and are supplanted by calls. So, I mean, it's very interesting. Also over here, looks like we could be bouncing off this trend line, even though we are closing through it. We could just get a late bounce, which could whatever. I don't really like how KO stands. I'm probably not going to take this trade unless I see a little bit of confidence. I'm not going to take this trade actually. Just not going to take it. There's also TSM, which is interesting because I mean their earnings were very, very good, and then they started pulling back after them, which is interesting. But I mean we've got some out the money call delta. I want to see maybe a retracement to 190 or whatever, or any really, sorry, like 190, because I mean, we did get a retracement to 190. I might want to see a retest of 190, but I do want to build a long position here and perhaps target some nice levels. Here's CRM 300, lots of out the money call delta. I like how it's technically built up. Like this was entirely just because of the S&P 500, so I'm just gonna mostly ignore this. But if we can get a breakout of this high, then we do stand for some more upside targets. And I don't know, I think 300's decently safe level to target here, and I might just take the trade. It'll only last like a day. I think I'm gonna make my target smaller and I'm gonna start cutting my trades at end of day for these trades. The trades that I don't like as much. Like this one I don't really like because this is a crap stock. It's got 212K average volume with $2. So it's not. Also there's no relative volume on it, so I don't know why I took the trade in the first place. Here's a dip buy that I'm looking at on Apple. You can see it puts fall off and supplanted by calls on 220. I really want to see Apple come back to 220. I'm just gonna send an alert right now. But I mean, I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. If we can get a close above the 100, then I'm long to like 230 right here. These are very short-term trades, because why not? Here's LEU. Um, you can see 150. There's so much out the money call delta. I'm very, very interested on how LAU plays, and I might just take the trade and hold it. I mean, earnings or whatever financials are kind of trash, but I mean revenues. Yeah, I don't know. Financially, this really doesn't play well. I'm mostly just going off the 150 call delta, and I'll definitely cut this trade at any signs of like resistance. Like this is really worrying to me. We are relatively strength on the day, which is fine, except for the end of day sell off, which is kind of annoying. I might take a long position here. It really depends. I really, really like the 150 call delta. There's a I think decently solid company that plays well. Like we get this bearish reaction that's quickly rejected. And I mean you can see lots of calls. There's so many calls down here. There's so many calls over here. I just might take this trade as just a hedge against risk, just a passive trade. But 145, 150 are my targets. I definitely could take a long back to 140 levels. Sorry, 100 like 45 levels, I think. Here's another counter trend trade that, again, don't take because I have not any experience in doing this, but GE, you can see puts are just non-existent down here, and they're supplanted by calls at 170. And you can see 170 was actually preserved yesterday, which is very interesting as the market fell a lot yesterday or whatever, Thursday. But I'm interested in this. I could get a bounce maybe for retest of 175. I just need to practice doing these counter trend trades because I eventually want to have them as part of my toolkit. But here's CHRW. Another interesting trade. 100 is a key call delta node, and 110 is definitely my target because of that put delta. This sell-off, I don't know. I looked at the financials. The financials looked fine, but I mean, I'd like it financially. I'd say it's like here, but I don't know. I kind of suck at analyzing financials. I only care about the technicals really, and technically, it's telling me 100 is a nice level and 110 is also a nice level. So I might buy at 100 and go all the way to 110 because that's what order flow or open interest kind of is telling me. Here's Calm, which is a very interesting stock. I didn't think that it would have very good options because it's a $7 stock, but and also it has earnings, so I'm not taking any positions on it. But look at this call delta on 10. Like that's beautiful. If we do get some nice earnings or even just neutral earnings, then I'll take a long position on Calm. I just want the noise to settle from earnings. And then here's the last two setups that I'll talk about, which is Blackstone and Cough. I like Cough a lot better, so I will be taking the position on Cough and not Blackstone because you can see the shape of Cough is like this, whereas Blackstone is more muted in that regard. It's more like this. It's don't like Blackstone as much, and I mean you can even see it here. Blackstone has this chart, and Cough has this chart. More calls built up 175, whereas Blackstone, I mean, less upside and I mean just less calls really. So if I do take any trade, it'll definitely be on Cough. I do like both of these though because of XLF. We're right like about to touch this 47 put node, which is doesn't play well for these guys, but we're above any puts here and we're above any puts here. So they're both better than the XLF chart, which is what I really like. But I think that's about it because I have nothing else to say. You'll be updated on what I actually do trade tomorrow. I think I might have to cut some of these trades. I'm definitely staying in CLS and LRN. I really like how these play. WGS I'm going to hold for a bit longer. Reddit, I don't know what I'm going to do with Reddit. Roblox is Roblox. I'm probably going to take a break even on Amazon and wait for it to get above 200 because 200 is a very key level. VKTX is just a long-term hold because it's a nice company. But I really need to make my position sizing smaller. I think I'm definitely gonna trade options when I do like start trading real money, just so I can uh, just so I can get the leverage. Because right now this is very decent returns in one earning season for a $4,000 account with 35 cents commission. Like this is very good returns, and I mean like most of this realized PNL is from some mistakes in futures. You've got RTY here, and you've got ES here, and you've got NQ here. And I mean, from these trades, you think that my realized PNL would be negative, but I mean, I was trading like low floats on this one. Like, sorry, not like low floats, but like trash stocks. Like, I'll find a trash stock like here, ELAB. Trash stocks like these. Yeah, like completely just nothing stocks with that are unprofitable, heavily shorted biotechs. It's just So that's most of the loss on here. Think I'm still up like $100 in total, just trading episodic pivots, and then $200 here. And we've still got a few more earnings left. It's mostly Nvidia that I'm looking at because that'll drive the market. But I mean, there will always be more opportunity. I'll definitely make my position sizings a bit smaller. I think because when I start trading real money, I'm gonna have a larger account than 4K because 4K is just not a lot. But I really hope to trade options and my positions will be a lot smaller. Elrond is actually pretty weak today, which is interesting. I mean, this is not a 5 minute chart that I like, but I do like how this plays longer term, and I do like its call delta. So yeah, bye.